It's always a little better than I thought.
What defines the perfect punch? Is it speed? Power? Perfect technique? What exactly does perfect technique look like? Does the perfect right hand look like this?
Oh, the right hand! I doubt if he'll be able to get up from this.
Or this? It's said the punches you don't see coming are the ones that hurt the most. They're the shots you can't recover from to beat the count, the ones that cause the damage you can't see. But if that's true, then doesn't that make almost any unseen shot a perfect punch? After all, anyone can swing wildly, create some chaos, and clip an opponent by surprise. It's the proverbial puncher's chance. But not everyone has the power, precision, or balance to create a knockout with a single blow and replicate it. So what really makes the difference? What makes a punch perfect?
He's just hanging a big right hand. That's it, Tim. Anytime you fall forward, the fight's over.
Weight matters. The more mass, the more potential for power.
And landed on the glove, and the glove hit him. And then...
Heavyweight boxing is practically its own sport. It's the only division where having a bit of padding around the midsection can be an asset. For example, at welterweight, fighters need to be shredded just to make the limit. But in the land of the giants, with no upper weight cap, sheer bulk can turn a man into a tank. More weight is harder to displace, and it's why it's generally harder to knock out a bigger person. Butterbean, known as the king of 4-rounders, is a great example of the rotund heavyweight. But here's the twist. If weight was all that mattered, every heavyweight would be a knockout artist. And all the guys cutting tremendous amounts of weight in the lower weight classes would be the kings. Manny Pacquiao was outweighed by Antonio Margarito by around 20 pounds on the night of the fight, and the Pac-Man beat him from pillar to post. Many of the most feared punchers weren't the biggest men in the division, or always the thickest.
A huge right hook, and now
Sometimes they were tall, rangy, and surprisingly lean. Fighters who didn't just rely on mass, but on leverage. Then others were short, compact, and stocky.
Dips under, throws his left hook. That's a nice move. Is that a Joe Frazier? He's hurt badly this time. Down he goes. Right hand.
So why is it that many of the best punchers in boxing were tall and lean?
We'll show you that knockdown punch.
Leverage.
Well, here they are. They're trading punches, and with a big bomber like Arguello, that can be fatal.
Leverage is one of the hidden keys to punching power. A long lever, like a long arm, must travel further, which means it has more time to build speed and momentum. Imagine the difference between swinging a hammer with the head only inches from your hand versus holding it at the very end of the handle. The hammer's the same weight, but the force delivered is worlds apart. That's why many of the most feared punchers in history weren't bulky brawlers, but tall, lean fighters who used their reach like a whip. Thomas Hearns was the perfect example. At 6'1" with a freakishly long wingspan for a welterweight, his right hand had terrifying leverage. It didn't just land, it detonated. Alexis Arguello, nicknamed the Explosive Thin Man, was another terrific power puncher in boxing. There aren't many better right hands landed than his knockout win over Mike Tyson's trainer, Kevin Rooney. Leverage also explains why a taller, rangier fighter can produce fight-ending force without looking like they're putting everything into the shot. When a long arm snaps straight and connects flush, the opponent doesn't just eat the fist, they eat the momentum of the entire lever behind it. But here's the paradox. If long punches carry so much leverage, why can short, compact shots at close range be just as disruptive, if not sometimes more? Compact power. If leverage explains why tall, rangy punchers can generate massive force, then why do short, compact fighters do so well at close range?
blind side of the referee. There's that left hook again. That one will go in the round. There we go.
The truth is, a short punch isn't necessarily more powerful, but it can be just as effective. Why? Because you don't see it coming. A 6-inch hook or uppercut in the clinch doesn't give the opponent time to brace or roll with the impact. Remember, the unseen punch does the most damage. But there's more at play. Fighters with shorter, stockier builds often have thicker trunks and lower centres of gravity. That allows them to generate enormous rotational force in tight spaces. Their shorter levers and tendons make them naturally more explosive, so even with less travel, the punch arrives with shocking power. Mike Tyson embodied this principle. His hooks and uppercuts didn't just rely on surprise, they were powered by the torque of the waist, his dense frame rotating like a coiled spring. So, while long levers and reach create leverage from the outside, short, compact mechanics give stockier fighters the ability to detonate at close range. And when combined with timing and surprise, those small shots can have just as much fight-ending potential as the long bombs. Timing and precision. Weight and leverage create potential. Compact mechanics turn that potential into force, but without timing and precision, all that power means nothing. The perfect punch isn't just thrown, it's landed clean. And the difference can often come down to tactics. Great punchers know how to set traps. A simple jab can fly on the target, hiding the rear hand behind it. A feint can draw an overreaction, forcing the opponent to slip the wrong way or step directly into danger. It can create holes. By forcing an opponent out of position or by timing them as they step in, a fighter multiplies the effect of their strike. Have you ever watched a knockout and thought, that didn't look like much? When you're hit mid-step with your balance broken and your defence down, even a shot that looks ordinary can end the fight. Disorganising the opponent can be crucial to landing a perfect shot. Juan Manuel Marquez's knockout of Manny Pacquiao is the perfect example. Pacquiao rushed in, Marquez timed the step, and one perfectly placed counter changed everything. No excess movement, no wasted force, just precision, timing and inevitability. It took Marquez 4 fights and 42 rounds before one punch ended the rivalry. Because in the end, the perfect punch isn't just defined by how hard you can throw, but by when and where it lands. Technique.
Chops down with the right hand. Bang, you see it? Bang, he just chops down. Go ahead.
All the way out, all the way back. Fully extend. So if I throw a straight right here, right, I have the elbow in.
So what does the perfect punch look like? What are the mechanics behind it? Well, the expression "there's more than one way to skin a cat" comes to mind. The perfect punch doesn't have to look the same because different styles demand different mechanics, and there are many schools of thought on how perfect technique should look. Take the straight right hand. Some fighters throw it with the elbow tucked nearly behind the wrist, driving a textbook line of force straight through to the target. Others arc it wider, flaring the elbow out and chopping down with the punch. Both can be effective. It depends on the opening and it depends on the fighter's style. And body type can affect mechanics. Soviet school boxers often bounce in and out, firing quick straight shots and retreating. This method is efficient for defence. They remain on balance, ready to move, but there's a compromise. Because prioritising structure, they sacrifice some of the full body weight that makes a punch concussive. Their shots sting, they score and they can set traps, but they don't always land with fight-ending power. Now contrast that with the Kronk style, fighters like Gerald McClellan who would step all the way through on a right hand. It wasn't textbook, but it was devastating.
Let's watch what happens.
Well, here you come again. Right. Straight right hand down the pipe, and it was Verdi a lead right hand. Finishing it off with the left hand.
By overcommitting, they drove their entire mass into the strike. It wasn't a safety first approach, but that's why Kronk fighters became synonymous with one-punch knockouts. They committed to the punch. And there's a secondary benefit to following through with the right hand. It naturally loads the opposite side of the body, primes the hips and trunk so the left hook can fire back with enormous torque. So, which is perfect? The answer depends on the context. Balance, safety and efficiency, or commitment, power and risk. Different philosophies, different mechanics, different outcomes, but each chasing the same idea, the punch that ends the fight. So, what makes the perfect punch? It isn't just weight, it isn't just leverage, it isn't just compact mechanics, timing or technique. It's the harmony of all these elements. Power rooted in physics, disguised with tactics, delivered through style and sharpened by timing. In truth, there's no single blueprint. Tyson's uppercut, Hearn's right hand, a Marquez counterpunch, each was perfect in its own way. Different fighters, different mechanics, different risks. But if the opponent fails to get back up after the punch landed, mission accomplished. The perfect punch is decisive, it lands clean, unseen and unrecoverable. This is why chasing it has obsessed fighters and coaches for generations. The perfect punch isn't just a strike, it's the holy grail of boxing. Let me know your favourite type of punch in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed this and would like to see more, head over to the Pro Striking Patreon for extra breakdowns and tutorials. Pro Striking appreciates you more than a Thomas Hearns straight right hand.
Watch this, he's got that right arm hook, and there it goes. That's what Stewart has been telling him. Throw the right.
Oh my! That was devastating! He is laid out in brutal fashion. Absolute devastating dynamite power by Nakatani, and now there is a situation in the ring with Maloney.
The state of New York, 2019.
Oh, there it is. There it is. It's battling, falling forth.
On the receiving end. The whole thing, Chris, you're right.
Bang, right there.
Oh! Oh my!
Keep your right hand up, kid. You gotta walk into it. There you go. Oh!
In his 28 professional fights, pulls off the upset with an impressive right hand against Alan Garcia, who is still